pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Hey, we are
80 weapon. You're out.
Sponge. No.
Sponge.
Switch. Kill.
Hey, orbit.
Fresno.
Take go.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Hey, exit.
Man left. We got 4.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
We got 3.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Single.
Hey, Delta.
Seal that.
Ready?
On first down, Lawrence. Under pressure here, and down he goes.
Boom!
Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Bring it.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Mike 9. Ricky.
Hey, Zoo.
Lawrence will throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, it's Schwartz. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Huskies have taken a first quarter lead.
And the sneak.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen, because then you get to celebrate with
the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Look at me, zipper!
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant.
Bravo!
Watch the slant. Alert flare, alert flare.
5.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Yep.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Whip. Watch the whip. Big edge.
First down, and it's Pollard again. Eric Stokes in on the tackle. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Pilot, 64, weak, get it.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Your trip is here, baby.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Seam 6.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike Vrabel saw him on the sideline. He didn't even hesitate. They will go for it on 4th. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Forced out to his left. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Blue draw corkers.
Mike 9. All day, punk.
There.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Swinging this out for Pollard. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Go, go. 60.
Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Shit.
49, check 49, check 49. Now.
Motion.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 9. Hey, we got him.
Ready?
Here's Lawrence. Being chased out left. Unable to corral him. He fights through. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, we got a seal.
Go.
Slant. Mike 9.
Hey, Alpha.
No gain on this defense. No gain. Check 9. Slam.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lawrence buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, let's get this. Mike 9, Mike 9. Hey, we got to.
Hey, Echo.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Mike 9, hey. You got to
Now Lawrence.
Hey, we got to steal. We got to steal. We got to steal.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Okay, double up.
Now Lawrence to throw. Steps away. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Mike, 50.
18 Rattler.
Watch the run.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll try the left side. Swartz. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Ready? 70 Lion. Back to 60. Viking 18.
Watch the shift. Mike 55.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Let's go.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And all the way in for the touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's the score.
And plays
baby.
like this, that's exactly why you take a Kyle Pitts with a 4th overall pick. So exciting with the ball in his hands, and he showed it off there.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
They'll drop to throw. And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touch. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Devin's a Mike. I got him.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Ready? 6-6, bullet high.
On 1st down, Pollard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight.
Yes, yes.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Check.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Ready?
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Check 31, check 31, check 52.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Let's get it.
Here's Pollard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Watch tight end. 4 down, alert.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to look deep for more, and that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made it just as he's trying to haul it in.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Here's Lawrence to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Strong right. 4 down, 4 down. Check, check.
Spuds.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
80 weapon.
It's a throw again as Lawrence. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go. 60 outlaw, General West.
It's just me and you.
Check. Hatchet. Joker.
Big rip.
Now here's Pollard, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bulls get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second and 9 now. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Hey. Mike.
79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Panther 11, Panther 11. Hey, check right. Watch 55. Here we go.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Back to throw again. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver, and it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And he missed it. It's no good. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Winters, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a run, smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here we go.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Here I come again.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
55 is mine, guys. 55. I'm going to come back to you.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
All you get is a headache.
Buffalo 18.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
He'll look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Mike.
Let's go, D.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. I'll go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Schwartz, complete right side. Touchdown! Anthony
baby,
Schwartz,
let's go.
his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. But the bouncer is taken inside the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Protein spell snap.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Tight right.
Pilot 64, weak.
We gone.
Shim.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Keep playing hard.
86 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Squeeze.
On first down, Pollard, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Hey, Delta.
From the 31, Lawrence. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Even. 4 down. Even.
To throw on third down, Lawrence flushed out right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on third down.
25, check 25, check 25.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Check three.
They go play action with Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Set, AT Gator.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Ready, 60 yards.
Trips.
Watch 20, check 20.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Hey, Zoo. Get it.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, They put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Bravo!
They go back to Pollard on second down. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Lawrence will throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. McKenzie now to return it.
Let's go. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I got 11. I got 11.
Go, go.
Single, single.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Switch up, switch up. Hey, check back, check back. Watch it, 5.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
On first down, Schwartz runs through the contact. And some room to roam now. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6.
Okay, ready? Nice number 1. Watch the flip. Right there. Hurt. Check 26, check 26.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
Watch out, watch out.
Hey, check that.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Huskies are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Watch number 12. Watch number 12. I got trips this side.
Hey, high 7. X3. 218. 2.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Shoves him away. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Kill.
6-6. Bullet high.
Run for Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 41, Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bulls get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, baby.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they...
It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Hey, Echo.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence rolling to his right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to him.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. A final shot now for Lawrence. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And it's good, but it's also of little consequence as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Toronto, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.